What's up, guys? It's Dan here. Hey, I wanted to look at Bitcoin, okay? This is Bitcoin on the Poloniex exchange. We're currently at $6,529.77. And Bitcoin on Poloniex, if you remember, Poloniex was recently, not too recently, but a little while ago, Poloniex was purchased by Goldman Sachs, or by Circle, who is backed by Goldman Sachs, all right? So Poloniex is a cryptocurrency exchange that is owned and really ultimately operated and financed by Goldman Sachs, okay? And if you know, recently a new stablecoin was created by Goldman Sachs called the USDC coin, which is equivalent to $1 right? So $1 of fiat currency today, right now, is equivalent or transferable to one USDC cryptocurrency token or cryptocurrency dollar today. And the folks backing the USDC token are Goldman Sachs, our Circle, the app, our Coinbase, and a number of other folks in general in the cryptocurrency and blockchain markets, okay? So now if we all remember, Bitcoin originally was created to try and circumvent third parties, right? Nick Szabo once famously said that third parties are security holes, right? Or something to that effect, right? And we always talk about, historically and now, Bitcoin was created really to create this kind of paradigm shift in the financial, fiscal, governmental markets in the world, right? And we talk about how Bitcoin will essentially bring about the change in society that will basically eradicate any third-party intermediary service that's currently used can be eradicated, right, through the blockchain. So let me give you an example. So insurance companies, mortgage and title companies, anybody who holds like a certificate of authentication to a particular asset, right? That right now today is done through these kind of bloated third-party intermediary services that kind of track all this stuff. When you buy a house, you get a title. That title is maintained on a ledger, maintained by a third-party company, sustained and sanctioned by the US government, right? And so we talk about how Bitcoin is going to kind of, revolutionize the monetary system, so forth and so on. And so the people that have the most to lose here are the folks that are currently in bed with the central bank, the monetary system, the fiscal and financial system in the United States and in the world. So the reason I'm telling you this is I'm trying to give you a little background and a little context to what is actually happening. So if we go over to Circle, so if you go to circle.com and you go to their support, you can see an article or a section, I would say, about the USD coin that was created recently, right? There's an entire section here about Circle, USDC, what is Circle, what does it do, blah, 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 right? And I come to find out after reading a little bit that can a customer send USDC tokens to any address? Can addresses be blacklisted? So this is really interesting, right? So the idea of Bitcoin is that you can take money, you can take value, you can digitize it into a token or into a cryptocurrency, and you can then do whatever you want with that asset, with that value that you've created, right? That's stored and preserved on a blockchain, within a token environment, within a cryptocurrency environment. That's really kind of the point of it, right? And when I read this, can a customer send USDC tokens to any address? I mean, the whole idea of Bitcoin is to be free, is to financially free you from governments, from central banks, from having them control your money, right? And this just scares me. Can addresses be blacklisted? So all of these stable coins are being invented, right? All of these dollar-backed coins are being created because governments are fearful of how cryptocurrencies are going to be used to circumvent their operations, right? They're scared that they're not going to get taxes. They're scared they're not going to get funded. They're scared that people are going to circumvent the entire system to not use dollars, to not use fiat currencies and use exclusively cryptocurrencies. So what they're trying to do, at least it looks like, is they're trying to take hold of the cryptocurrency market. They're trying to direct the narrative. They're trying to grab a hold of every piece they possibly can and steer it and direct it in a specific way that's advantageous to them to delay the inevitable of folks realizing that cryptocurrency and blockchain will free them financially and that there's nothing that anybody, including governments and central banks, can do about it, right? And in my estimation, Goldman Sachs is kind of at the forefront of this, right? They bought Poloniex, they bought Circle, an app which allows you to exchange cryptocurrency. Poloniex is an exchange that allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrency. Now they're issuing digital stable coins in the form of the USDC token. And they're saying that they can blacklist you being able to send your cryptocurrency to a wallet of your choice, right? So they're essentially saying that we're going to implement these global rules. And yesterday I actually made a video that there's a call now for global crypto regulations by Circle. So how ironic is that? That Circle calls for global crypto regulations. At the same time, they introduced the USDC token, which is equivalent to $1. At the same time, they published this article, this support that says that you can be blacklisted from sending your USDC tokens to any address that you want, right? USDC tokens are ERC20 compatible and can be used with any ERC20 compatible digital wallet. However, a global blacklist is maintained by Center for USDC, which prevents tokens from being sent into or from blacklisted addresses, okay? Reasons for blacklisting could include known fraudulent and illegal activity or legal order of process. So this is basically just another way for them to control the financial system. At least they're attempting to, right? In Venezuela, in Russia, in other countries where sanctions have been implemented on countries for whatever reasons, right? Sanctions implemented, right? Financial assets frozen in these countries. Those countries are actually circumventing US sanctions by using cryptocurrency and blockchain, okay? So this is the attempt from the US government, from Goldman Sachs, from the powers at be, the elites, to control cryptocurrency, okay? If you go over to Circle, you look at Circle introducing USDT coin, a stable coin brought to you by Circle and Coinbase, right? Circle is owned by Goldman Sachs. What does Goldman Sachs do, guys? Goldman Sachs is an American multinational investment bank and financial services company headquartered in New York City. Apart from investment banking, it offers services in investment management, securities, asset management, prime brokerage, blah, 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 okay? Primary dealer in the United States Treasury security market and more generally a prominent market maker. The bank also owns Goldman Sachs Bank, blah, 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 Goldman Sachs founded, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they're really in charge of the securitization of assets in the United States. They're in charge of the derivatives markets in the United States. They make markets. They're in bed with the central banks, okay? They essentially and effectively control the monetary and financial system in the United States and in much of the world. They're not the sole organization that controls this, but they definitely have a heavy hand in it, okay? What they're trying to do with cryptocurrency, at least as it seems, is they're trying to create a way for them to control how cryptocurrencies kind of flow throughout the economy. They're trying to do this by Blockstream overtaking Bitcoin Core and limiting the ability to scale that technology in Bitcoin in the form of Bitcoin. They are trying to create stable coins to make people buy into those as legitimate cryptocurrencies, and they are trying to control it by saying, hey, we can blacklist you guys if we want, right? And let's just take a second to look at this. What is the Center for USDC? Like, what is that? Blacklist is maintained by the Center for USDC. What even is that, okay? If you go to the center.io USDC, this is their official website. There's very, very little information on the website, but you can see that it's a website about Circle and Coinbase, right? A jointly created website talking about fiat currency, a fiat to blockchain solution as goods and services are tokenized. Smart contract platforms will become fundamental building blocks of value exchanges, centers open source, blah, 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 blah. So basically, it's an attempt of these companies to centralize and to control what's going on in the cryptocurrency space. If you don't see the writing on the wall here, I don't know what to say to help you see that writing on the wall. But they are ultimately trying to control this stuff. And there's no about us. There's no information about what this is, Center of .io, USDC. And it's coming from Circle, who's backed by Goldman Sachs, who is a multi-billion-dollar company. It's backed by Coinbase, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. Yet there is very, very little information about what Centre is, what its purpose is, what its objectives are, what its mandate and mission is. Very, very, very little. And so it just makes me think that there's more to the picture here than we realize, guys. Take note of this. Take note of this. Can addresses be blacklisted? If they're setting up a system in which addresses can be blacklisted, that means that you may not be able to send or receive cryptocurrency from specific or to specific addresses. And that is not good, right? That definitely creates a conundrum in the cryptocurrency space. And I'm curious how it's going to be resolved. Not settling well with me here, guys. And I just need to, I need to think on this for a bit. But hopefully you see where this is going. And man,